have the 50% lap. Here we go then.
And it's lights out and away we go!
Let's go then. On board. Blocky gets a good start.
Had a shocking start.
He holds it though. He holds the line.
He does.
He holds the line. Blocky is away well. Leroy keeping hold of P2.
A little bit of carnage at the back. Adam.
Oh, he's got a run.
Been caught up in that.
Oh!
He's down to 14th.
Blocky going a little bit deep into some of these corners here. Leroy is looking racy. Nice and clean through the hairpin. I think I might have seen a bollard.
Oh, Vader's had a spin.
No, this Vader had a spin. Vader indeed spinning round at the back. Here come the train of cars.
There was a big sort of coming together in the midfield from around 13, 14.
Oh, Flecky makes a lunge. Flecky makes a great move on Sheamus. Has the overspeed down on the inside. Great move by Flecky.
Sheamus looking to come back. Leroy's having a go at blocking.
It's getting close, holding it round the outside. Little bit of wheel bang in there, but he's going to hold it. They keep the space. He makes the move stick. What a move from Leroy there to hold it round the outside going through there. It is a place where you can, if you've got sensible enough drivers, where you can make that move stick. Sheamus gets back past Flecky as well. Through the hotel. What a start. Clean from everybody. It is close. It is so close between all drivers here.
So who are your winners and losers? Sinister's up 6 places, Agent 3, Crookie and Mello both found 4 places each, as did Mr. Nobody. And the 2 big losers, I've already mentioned it, Adam Hansen and Vader. Hansen's lost 8 and Vader has lost 10.
Sheamus retired. No, what has happened with Sheamus there? We've got a safety car. The safety car is out.
So that is...
Oh my goodness.
Turn 2 and turn 3. We saw him, didn't we, on that?
We did.
Qualifying lap had a little wobble through 2, so I'm wondering if the same has happened again.
Damn, Sheamus drops into the chat with a big no. My guy, what has happened there, my friend? Safety car is out. Everybody slows down. Now, this is where things get interesting. Safety car has just left the pit lane. We got Pulsation behind. He will be allowed to overtake the safety car. Now, what are these guys gonna do? We called it. We said that there might be a safety car early on. Predicted pit stop strategy then. Do you carry on with the mediums, go to hards, or do you push these mediums as much as you can? Maybe a little flutter on the softs at the end?
If I'm Blocky and Leroy, I have to stay out here. You do not want to be wasting a set of medium tyres.
Agent.
It's more advantageous in this situation for the guys on softs to get onto either the medium or the hard tyre.
Ooh. Agent has a 5-second penalty given to him for a severe collision with Mertzi. If you wouldn't mind, we'll make a note of that at the end.
I will make a note of that.
Interesting.
Right,
under safety car conditions as well. Very interesting. Woo! Okay. Safety car deployed already. Indeed, on lap 2. Everyone was away well. Sheamus clipped the curb, put the power down, and spun it into the wall. That is what Sheamus has come out and said.
My initial thoughts on that, obviously we'd have to look at all the relevant angles and stuff. My initial reaction to that, seeing where they're both placed, is that's a classic Mertzi into the back of him under the safety car.
Okay. Hopefully they've saved it. No, indeed. Hopefully we'll have a clip. The 5-second penalty could and should be enough in the race as well, without us having to.
Who's taken the plunge? Adam Hansen has. Has taken the opportunity. He's at the back anyway. Might as well set on a set of mediums to see where he can get to. Who are the others who have taken the stop? Crookie took advantage of that as well, as did Pulsations. So a double stack at at Racing Point, not massively add under safety car because you can make that time
It's
back. And
it's worth doing.
The opportunity. Vader is onto the hards.
Vader onto the hards. I think that's probably a wise call. He gets the one pit stop out of the way. He can go to the end. He has to hope a little bit that things go his way. But
Rookie onto the hards also.
Indeed. Okay. Crookie onto the hards as well. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Now the question is,
So
we'll have a couple laps under safety
Seamus,
car.
We've heard from our correspondent in the pit lanes. Seamus has clipped the curb on turn 2, exactly the same as we saw that mistake in qualifying. Power went down, rear end came out into the wall, and on full damage, not getting away with that, unfortunately.
It's tricky. He managed to survive it in the in qualifying, but
Yeah, he did. He managed to catch it, didn't he? Yeah.
he did. He managed to. He managed to get hold of it. We'll have a look at the relative intervals as well. Incredible. Absolutely incredible start.
We have a Williams pitting, so Mertzi has decided that he doesn't like where he is in the mid pack. He's rolling the dice for something. Let's see what he puts on.
Okay.
So he's putting on a set of medium tyres.
He is going mediums. Could go mediums then softs. There's a front wing change as well by the length of that pit stop. Out he comes. He'll have enough time, I think.
A little scroll just to see if there's any other sort of chunks of front wing missing from anybody.
Indeed. Oh, that's exactly what we were going to... well, I'll leave you to do that one. I am so gutted for you, Seamus. That was setting up to be... It was a phenomenal qualifying lap. That was for sure. Phenomenal qualifying lap. But this could be the final lap in which the safety car is out. Everyone keeping it clean, which is good to see. Had to go for a minute, and there is a safety car. Seamus, sadly, getting the power down a little bit too early on the exit and riding the curbs. It unfortunately sent him into the wall.
There's no other front wing missing. Everything's intact.
Okay.
Every end plate is there, so it seems to be kind of nice and clean so far.
Which is good.
As I said, off the start, I think there was a little gaggle of cars that were kind of threatening a little incident, but I think that seems to have sorted itself out.
Fantastic to see. Safety car is in. Safety car is in. Lights are off. So Leroy will become the new safety car whilst that peels away into the pit lane. It becomes up to him at what point he peels away. Zenko, Robert Patrick hitting the follow button. GG's welcome to you. At least you got your mistake out the first race. Indeed, Seamus. Watch this space. We know you're going to be back fighting very soon. We're going to be on board with Leroy then. The safety car starting to peel away.
I'm going to hover with Mr. Nobody just to see what the mid-pack's looking like through this,
all good.
through this restart.
Yeah, good man. So Leroy, bound to be just slowing a little bit. They will get a message. Blocky getting a little bit pushy there, a little bit close. And I think it's go. Leroy has put the throttle down. Oh, Leroy! Massive moment coming out of the final corner there. Manages to hold on to it, though. My goodness. Blocky is right behind him now. Right behind him. He's got to be careful here. He's got to be really careful. There's obviously not going to be any DRS. Tyres are going to be a bit colder as well. Got to be really careful on the brakes. He's driving sensibly, he just needs to wait for his moment.
There seems to have been a massive kind of chain reaction. We've now got 5 people in the mid-pack with those 5-second penalties, so I think there was maybe a little bit of...
Oh, really?
We know how harsh those penalties can be, but I will write all of them down.
Yes, please do. Indeed, we can have a look at that. Lots of penalties being dished out towards the end. Reading as well. A 5-second penalty for a severe collision. XPG Elite raiding with a party of 4. Welcome to you and everybody else coming across. You join us. Lap 5 of 28 and the very first race of the of Season 1 of the SS Bluefoxx League. BLT Leroy currently leading. Blocky is about a second behind. It is getting close. A 3-second penalty for Crookie. Multiple warnings, I am assuming, for a bit of corner cutting here. It is so close at the top right now. Each of the cars separated by only half a second, all the way from first down to 5th. It is great to see. Flecky is looking quite racy. Fantastic to see a train of cars as they head down the start-finish straight. Welcome indeed to all the new people. I hope you are well. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gents. This is set to be a good race. Leroy pulling out that gap a little bit on Blocky, but DRS is set to be enabled. I believe it will be next lap. Next time round, if you can keep under a second, this is where things are going to get interesting. We'll go to the back of the field. Pulsation is in the pits at the minute, serving a time penalty, a new wing change as well. He goes onto soft tyres. Out the pits he comes. Lots of penalties here, but it is still very close between Vader, Redding, Adam Hansen as well. Crookie not too far up the road. There's some good little battles that are starting to form. TRR Pumpy, GG's, welcome to you. It's close, man. Oh, who's that going a bit deep there? I think that was Lord Vader on the hard tyres, struggling to get some heat into the Mertzy. Looks like he's going to mount a bit of an overtake. He's on the quicker mediums. Doesn't have the overspeed. Can't get it done. Vader definitely seems to be struggling a little bit on those hard tyres. Takes a while for the grip to really get involved. That gap now between Blocky and Leroy extending even further. Leroy in a little bit of a race of his own now. That gap is starting to pull away. DRS enabled.
Nice little scrap developing here between about 5 cars, from Assassin in 9th through Butters, Nobody, Crookie, Hansen, all 5 cars. They're relatively close together, staying with each other.
We will ride on
Crookie's
board.
got a bit off.
Oh, Assassin as well, going a little bit wide. Out of turn 3 and 4.
I wonder if Crookie's got a little bit of wing damage from some of that safety car dominoes.
Maybe. I think he does.
Not looking.
Look, he does indeed. He is
looking.
missing his left end plate.
End on that car. Ryan going slowly.
Oh dear, Ryan's going really slowly. I think he's got wing damage. I think Ryan's got lots of wing damage as well. He does indeed. His right end plate is missing. He's getting a little bit racy here with Crookie.
Lovely move.
Oh, we got a collision. Butters and Mr. Nobody. There's a yellow flag. It's not resulted in any safety car. But now there's a huge gaggle of cars here. Redding, Nobody, Vader and Butters all close together. Wow, Mertzy takes advantage as well and dives through. Redding jumping out of the way a little bit as well. This is all happening. This is all happening, ladies and gents. What is going on? Flecky! Oh no, Flecky, a DNF. Oh my goodness me, what is going on there? UK Assassin seems to be going quite slowly. Pulsation, a drive-through penalty. Speeding under the safety car. Safety car is out for the second time. Sinister then coming into the pits. He has mediums on.
From Flecky, so no one else has been warned for a collision. So
oh dear.
It's either a drop or so there's been some contact. If there has been
something's happened.
The game has not deemed it worth.
Whether he has binned it, lost it a little bit. I'm glad you're enjoying McQueen. So are we. Safety car out for a second time. We'll go up on board with the leader, BLT Leroy.
It had to be a safety car though. And it's very, very tight.
Well, when you lose a wheel, you know, when you lose a wheel, it's going to You know, it's a pretty serious incident. As to where it was and what has happened, we do not know yet. We wait on Flecky to let us know into the chat. Here is coming. Here we go.
The hotel section. It was just before you go under the bridge.
Oh,
3 corners to go.
It's a tricky spot. Ah, Flexter.
So word from the pit lane. Lost the back end through that right-hander, that blind right-hander.
More penalties. Mertzy, a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Having to make sure that they stay under that delta until they cross the line. And a few people being caught out. Mr. Nobody as well. A drive-through penalty for the same reason. So lots of very basic penalties happening here.
Can be very, very tricky. In some of these circuits, the delta is deceptively slow through certain portions.
They can indeed. Mertzy as well picking up a few more penalties. So as it stands, we've got BLT Leroy in the lead, Blocky in P2, Mellow Cover doing well to be in P3 as well. He's on the mediums. Good to see. Fresh Agent has penalties, but he is up to P4.
I thought initially that the system that tells us what penalties, I thought it was just spamming through them twice. Nobody has got 2 drive-throughs. So he hasn't.
Crazy.
failed the
No,
error
it might just
once,
be
it's twice.
Wow. They keep on making those mistakes. Was unfortunate. What do you mean, what happened to me? I'm not racing in the league, Tempo. I am not racing in the league. I am running it, commentating it, stewarding it. Somewhat relaxing, but this is too intense to watch. This is absolutely fantastic. Really, really enjoying it. UK Assassin as well. After all that crazy, mess that was happening a bit further back, finds himself in P5. Wicked Moss in the Red Bull, just behind him in P6. So at the minute, we are basically waiting for cars to try and catch up at the minute, aren't we?
We are. But this is the portion.
Oh, Blocky.
This is around the kind of lappage that you would have been looking for those front runners on those mediums, because the longer into the race that these safety cars keep happening, it's actually now starting to hurt this top 5. They've been out here for all 8 laps on these medium tyres. What they needed to have done is this is the kind of period where those softs, the guys behind or in front of them or around them, would have started to die off. What it has done is given those guys an opportunity to get off of those tyres, and we're into the territory now of this is actually starting to hurt this top 5.
What do? Do you dare to take a pit stop? Maybe go on to the hards, so you're going all the way to the end.
I'd like to see where it's one of those for me. I think if I'm in that top 5, if I'm a Leroy, if I'm a Blocky, I'm a Mellow. It all depends on when the safety car was called. If you were right next to the pit lane or halfway around the lap, I'm diving in.
Yep.
I'd hedge a bet that all 5 of them missed the pit lane.
Pit window is open for the medium 2-stop strategy. I'm not too sure how many people are going to go for that. I think if it was me that was up there on those mediums right now, I think I'd be looking, once these mediums had seen their life, I'd be boxing onto a set of hards, try and maintain position. But this is what makes things interesting. Mertzy has retired as well, a DNF. Could be for unserved penalties. That could be very interesting.
No, because I don't think it is, because that would come up as a DSQ. What it looks like from where his car is parked, it looks like he's decided to try and pit and may have gone into the end of the pit wall.
Come in to serve his drive-through and got things wrong. Flecky with the party of 3 raids. Welcome to everyone. Hard tyres can F themselves. He did. He slid into the pit wall. There we go, Martin Brundle down in the pit lane.
See my intuition and my knowledge.
I knew there was a reason I had you here. I knew there was a reason I wasn't having you racing. All about this insight here. Now you can see Blocky is raring to go, but he needs to keep it clean. He's getting a little bit close to Leroy there, especially considering it's a safety car period. Oh, goodness gracious me. Safety car in.
Given how
oh, no!
Mental
Oh, Fresh Agent. Fresh agent. Not, oh dear, that is a rookie error from Fresh Agent. Mello has a time penalty, which in my opinion I think is a bit unfair. The safety car slowing down as it comes in, the front runner, the delta hits, and Agent goes into the back of Mello and loses part of his front wing. That's going to cause some problems for Fresh Agent then. Leroy becomes the new de facto safety car then. We will ride on board with Leroy. Looks to get some temperature into the tyres. When is he going to go? This is the question.
That said,
Flaxy GG for the follow.
do you want me to put a little early note that that's
Yes.
an agent?
Yes. Please do.
So I can cross out the Mellow one. Yeah?
Yep, indeed. We are away. Blocky going well through that corner, but Leroy just as good on the accelerator, powering out through turns 1 and 2. Leroy gets a big drift on. Is that going to be the chance that Blocky needs? Needs to be patient here, needs to bide his time. Definitely in all sorts of trouble there, Leroy. Managed to hold it well, though. Great driving skill on show. We can see Blocky is not far behind him as we peer back through the rear wing.
Vader into the top 10, and Butters follows him through on Redding. Redding a little bit deep into the hairpin, invited those other guys past. Pulsation, great run, he's passed as well.
On
Redding
board
hemorrhaging positions.
with Blocky at the minute. Needs to push. But questions are going to be asked now. What strategy are these front runners going to be running? They started on these mediums. A two-stop strategy is now open and viable for them, but they are going to ideally want to be on a one-stop. If they are going to one-stop, really, Moss is flying.
Moss is purple sector 2. The situation you have now, only the top 3 now. Their mediums are 10 laps old. The guys behind them, so Moss, Sinister,
Oh, Moss!
Ryan, their mediums are only 2 laps old. Hansen in 7th, his is only 1 lap old. Now you're starting to see the difference between these tyres. It's only, what, 8 or so laps?
Indeed, it's
But on 50% is massive.
it's a lot. There's a lot more wear than you think. Moss is certainly looking racy behind Mello, and that gap between Blocky and Leroy remains just underneath a second. Moss is going to be hoping for a bit of a run here somewhere. DRS, don't forget, is disabled at this point after the safety car period. Oh, little bit deep from Mello.
A bit wide. Here it comes. Here's the run. It's because he was so tight. He couldn't get
Forever waiting. Forever waiting.
The clutches are Sinister. Sinister's got a run.
Sinister having a bit of a run here. He's got a bit of overspeed. Moss defends the inside line. Very nice. Does the tries to do a little bit of a cutback. Next lap is going to be very interesting with DRS enabled.
Behind all of this.
Ryan he is indeed only 4 tenths behind. He is not far. Mellow cover in P3 has a time penalty, somewhat unjustly.
Somewhat unjust. As I say, I don't think in the grand scheme of things it will implement, but if you're in his position, now what do? You need to minimise the time loss if you are going to get overtaken. You do not want to be losing time left, right and centre, letting 4 or 5 cars past.
Indeed. Mertzi, if indeed you do think there is a brake check, I need you to, at the end of the race, submit a recorded clip for us to review, as stated in the league rules. Without that, we will not be reviewing anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, guys, if there's no clip, we can't do a lot with it. Unfortunately, we're not going to go on hearsay and all this kind of stuff. There's always 2 sides to every story. We need to see a clip for us to be able to do anything.
Exactly, so we can look at it multiple times. If you do feel that you've been brake checked or, unjustly... Oh, Moss! We'll go back on board with Moss. Now DRS is enabled. Mello is going to be missing out here. DRS and Urs, that's what we needed. Mello goes to the inside, Moss around the outside. Has he held on to it? Goes a bit deeper into the corner, making sure he gets the move done. He has got the grip. He's round. Mello's coming back at him, though. Mello is coming back at him. He's a little bit wider. Sinister as well. He's looking to poke his nose in, isn't he? This is getting tense. Ryan not far away as well. Oh! Okay, Moss gets a little bit out of shape going into the chicane. Mello retakes the position. Great driving by all concerned there to not have any accidents. That could have been very, very tricky. I'm going to ride on board with Sinister.
It's so
this is
to want to grab an extra meter or 2 meters.
Oh my days, especially round these.
Adam into the wall.
No, Adam hit the wall. We're back on board with Sinister around the final corner. A bit out of shape there. Ryan gets the run. Very, very easily done. Not very. Sinister got a little bit deep into the final corner. It was enough for Ryan to carry speed through. Moss, but he's got to bide his time. He knows the DRS is up ahead. We're going to quickly switch to Blocky, who's coming out of the hairpin, who will get DRS. 0.7 behind. DRS is open. Urs is open. He's doing everything he can here, using that slipstream. Hits the brake. 2 guys driving really well. Nursing those mediums.
Ryan, then. Don't know whether Ryan was too focused on in front of him, left the door wide open.
Leroy all the way over to the left-hand side. Defends the middle line. Blocky just running out of racetrack, really. Moss passed. He gets past.
Around the outside before the corner even came up. Mello was helpless.
Great run by Moss there. Now Ryan is looking really, really racy.
And as I said, what Mello's got to do here, he's got to weigh it up. Does he lose more time losing places, or does he lose less time in the pits? This is the gamble he's got to make right now.
This is great. Sound effects at the moment are muted for the duration of the race. So
pull into the pits of a tyre, so he's obviously not happy with
I think with the drive-throughs, I think he was speeding quite a lot under safety car.
By the game, by the look of it.
Why is it not serving his penalty? Apparently, seems to be something happening there. But no, all the sound alerts and sound effects are muted for qualifying and the race. Certainly for this stream, it's all about the racing action. On board with Ryan, then he's right in the gearbox of Mello. Gonna be getting some DRS here as well. You can see that Urs has been activated. No doubt, rich fuel. He moves to the inside. He's passed. But Mello is not giving up. Sticks to the outside. Job done.
1-2 Sinister has dropped a few places. He's had a little spin. I don't know whether that's contact.
Indeed, I think so. I think maybe a little wobble there. We had a yellow flag in sector 2. He's currently 3 second behind.
Ryan, he's not giving that up without a fight.
Fantastic from Mello. That's great driving. All of this, and we are literally just about halfway through this race. This is absolutely sensational to watch. Blocky now 0.4 of a second behind Leroy. This is go. Leroy pits. Leroy goes into the pits. He is the one that has blinked first.
Blocky deciding that he's got more pace that he can get out of these mediums.
What is he going on?
He's now faced with the inlet of his line.
He goes onto the hards. The sensible choice, I think, to one stop now. It all depends on Blocky's in-lap. Can he rag this set of medium tyres enough to get the move done in the pit lane?
The interesting thing about this is let's watch the gap from Leroy to the rest of them. These guys who pitted under the second
Yes.
safety car, they are in position to one-stop effectively from medium to soft. They're going to be up against Blocky and Leroy on hards. Moss in a great position. He's right with these two.
This could be. Moss has a very outside chance here. He needs just to keep on putting in good lap after good lap here. He needs to manage his tyres well. If he does that, he definitely has an outside chance with the right strategy and with everything that's happened so far. He's got a chance of winning this. I think he'll know that. He'll know that, but the pressure's on.
Mello now is under threat of getting double teamed by the two alphas. He's got Ryan right behind him and Vader.
He's close.
Right
They're very, very close. Good to see Vader back up there as well. We're still on board with Blocky at the moment in the Mercedes. This in-lap is so important. So important here.
But what you're seeing right here,
is he coming into the pits though? He is. Needs to be clean into the pits. He's in.
You are seeing that with Vader here, qualifying means nothing.
Absolutely.
Colour in qualifying, and if everything
Absolutely.
goes your way, the race is a whole different ball game.
He goes on to hards. He goes on to the hards. Can I explain 3 drive-throughs? I can't, Mr. Nobody. I didn't, you know, I've got no reason, mate. It kept on saying speeding under the safety car as the reason why. We saw that at the bottom.
Leroy seems to have made the difference.
But
Leroy's made the difference.
Here comes Blocky coming out of the pit lane. He's at the pit lane exit. It's not enough. Leroy stays ahead by a couple of seconds as well. Looks
now
like
we've got the situation. The life on these hards is pretty good, but Blockies are 1 lap younger.
this is true. Is that going to make all the difference? Exactly. Right at the very end. Is that going to be one of the deciding factors? Leroy and Crookie, some good racing. Leroy gets the move done with DRS as well. Oh, Crookie. Crookie get caught. Whoa. I didn't see it on board. Very brave.
Very brave of Leroy to choose the right-hand side. Everyone knows that first DRS straight.
It's all about the inside.
The
On board with
right-hand side of the
Crookie.
track all the way down is not where you want to be on the braking. It's not a part of the track.
Definitely not. Crookie gets a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. I think a little bit of a corner cut at the chicane. We've got a yellow flag, sector 1 and sector 2. Bit further up maybe.
Wobbly pulsations where
Sinister pits.
When a little bit wide coming out of turn 2.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, what a top 3 we've got at the minute. We've got Wicked Moss currently in the lead with a nice little 5, nearly 6-second gap behind him. He's on mediums. How long are those mediums going to last him then? He will have the opportunity to pit again and go on to softs, but should he pit now, he's probably going to be coming out probably about 8th place. So it's going to be tricky when he's going to bite the bullet and make the call.
Always say, if you're going to make that call, you need to give yourself enough laps to deal with any gaps.
Absolutely, you need to make sure that you give yourself enough laps at the end for the advantage of being on the quicker tyres to really come into fruition. You know, you really want to make sure that you're giving yourself 8 to 10 laps. You know, really using them as much as possible. Otherwise, you are
big gamble.
You are going to trouble.
He pitted off of those medium tyres. Leroy and Blocky did the same strategy.
Indeed.
Leroy and Blocky, they went to hards. Mello's pitted for softs. Can he make softs go 10 or 11 laps here?
Riding with Leroy at the minute. Coming through the castle section. Nice little gap at the minute of 2 seconds between him and Blocky. Adam Hansen as well, a bit of a standout for me as well.
Pulling out a nice little gap here between himself and the Alfa Romeos. Their formation flying just behind him.
It's making things very interesting. If he can keep that gap rising at the top. Blocky setting a new fastest lap as well, a 1:39.144. There's quite a few 3-second penalties being dished out for corner cutting as well, which is interesting to see. People certainly pushing the track limits by the looks of it. But so far, 19 laps in, a great drive by Adam Hansen. I know he's probably looking to pit again, but a second safety car has certainly helped some of these guys near the back get up near the front. Look at that gap now, 7.1. It's getting it's increasing more and more.
So Moss has got to play a very, very balanced game here. He needs to lose as little time as possible, and he needs to give himself the smallest possible gap, but he also needs the point where he can get the softs to the end.
Absolutely.
Very, very difficult call here.
Absolutely. Pulsation almost a lap down, I believe, at the bit in the Force in the P14. UK Assassin as well is on the soft tyres. Are those softs going to be able to go all the way to the end? It will certainly be a big push. Then we got Reading, BLT Leroy's teammate in the Renault. We've got a yellow flag, sector 3.
It's Butters getting a little bit wobbly in the Red Bull.
Okay, Butters is P11 as well,
so the
just
boys
outside.
Is in. That is Ryan. Takes his.
He does indeed.
preferential
Oh,
treatment
Butters again.
in front on the road.
Butters again with a little bit of a wobble. Maybe some very, very hot rear tyres. By the sounds of it.
Ryan Chesney. Ryan is on softs.
Sinister on medium tyres, a 1:39.0. He gets past Ryan in the pit lane at the minute. Is Sinister an outside bet to work his way back up through? Maybe.
He looked at the same decision that has been made by Mello, Assassin, Ryan, Sinister, and decided that these softs aren't going to go. I'm just going to rag these mediums. All they are worth.
And I think with 8 laps to go, they should give him plenty. You've got Fresh Agent up the road, just 1 second away. He's getting close. He's getting into that slipstream, that's for sure. Then you've got Mello a little bit further up. A few of these guys have got to pit again. So it's Sinister. If he keeps on putting in some very, very good laps on these mediums, things could get very, very interesting. Leroy now very close to the back of Adam. Needs to choose his moment sensibly. We will ride on board. Adam on the faster mediums.
They are 10 laps old though.
Well, this is it. So Leroy just needs to be, I think, needs to be sensible. Wait for his moment. It could be here on the start-finish straight. If it was me, I'd be waiting till the DRS zone. It's not too bad. Vader pits as well. Adam in a little bit of a squiggle.
Teammate came in the lap before. Leroy is having a little look through zone 2.
He's doing the smart thing here and being very, very patient. Rayman T Milnes, GG, welcome to you. He's being patient here. He knows he's got the overspeed.
Move done soon. The gap he had over Blocky
needs to be now.
Blocky's right on him.
It needs to be now. There we go. Oh, Adam goes wide.
Oh, little wobble from Adam.
Oh no. Oh my goodness me, a wobble there. I think on the curb a little bit too much from Adam, hitting the accelerator, and that has caused a collision. Virtual safety car. Now this is where things get interesting. Virtual safety car can give you a little bit of a freebie pit stop whilst everybody is going slowly. So depending how long this lasts for, Blocky has an opportunity to go into the pits. There's enough of a gap behind. He could potentially throw on another set of tyres and push for a podium. FIFA Division rivals raiding with the 3. Welcome.
Affect right. Biggest thing this could affect right now. This could gamble. Moss could gamble here.
He could. He really could. Is he going to do it? It's virtual safety car. Does he gamble and pit and go on to softs? It looks like he is. He's going into the pits. Crookie has a drive-through speeding under VSC. I think we are green flag. DRS is enabled.
Even though Moss has come in here,
he's going on to a brand new mediums.
Brand new mediums with 6 laps to go. Obviously, doesn't have any new softs left.
Obviously not.
He's obviously not confident that he's used softs will go the distance.
Now, this is where things are going to get interesting. Brand new mediums versus Leroy on the hard tyres, which are a few laps old. And it looks like he's going to come out in P3. Blocky, I think, is choosing to carry on.
Not to mention the slightly younger height of Blocky, but he does have that wing damage.
That is true. Now, Blocky, I think, is choosing to carry on with the amount of laps left. And I think with the gaps that are behind, I think he may be able to hold on. It's going to be very tricky. Green on your screen. It's always tricky. That VSC, you've got to make sure you are firmly in the green, buddy. It can catch you out in a heartbeat. Yellow flag, second 1 and 2. Disappeared. It's disappeared. It's all good. So, a little bit further back the field, we got Sinister and Vader. Now, Sinister is working his way up. Ryan makes a good move round the outside. Ryan, now this is where things get interesting. Ryan is on softs. Ryan is on soft tyres, as is Vader. Strong.
This is the interesting thing here. You've got that little bracket of Mello in 4th,
yeah.
Vader 5th, 6th, Ryan. They all plucked for the softs.
Mello in P4 as well. He served his time penalty. He served his time penalty, and he's still in a very, very good spot.
This is going to come down to whether these 3 cars in front of him do not last. Sinister could.
This is tense, man. This is tense. I don't know what to call this. I don't know where or who to call this at the minute. With oh my goodness me, and he has managed to get past. Is Blocky pitting? I don't think he is. No, he's going wide. He's really, really struggling. Vader's coming into the pits.
Vader's coming in, did he?
Oh my goodness, what has happened there? What has happened here? Is he, he's coming through the pit lane at the minute. We're on board with Vader.
He's serving a drive-through.
He has a drive-through. No, he's not. He's pitting.
Sorry, no, he's changing onto softs.
Wings, a front wing change. That's going to cost him, but... Ah, dear, he's got 6 laps to make it up. Now, this is where the battle gets interesting. So we got Blocky with a decent bit of wing damage here and on hard tyres. That is going to be one tricky car to drive. But Mello is a decent gap behind. Mello needs to be about a second a lap quicker than Blocky to mount a charge for a podium spot. And it's about 5 seconds, and there's about 5 or 6 laps left. Now, Mello is on softs as well. Has a full front wing. Things could be very interesting here at the finish. The real battle as well is got to be Moss as well. That gap of 5.5 seconds, that is coming down.
Not only does he have the advantage of a softer set of tyres, his are also 6 laps younger than
they're as good as brand new. Essentially, boxing under the virtual safety car, a great shout. He sets the fastest lap. That's a good race time. But he just falters a little bit. Pulsation, a DNF safety car.
Oh my word!
Safety car. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. A safety car then. Everyone has to adhere to the delta. So this now becomes... Wow, okay, so now some drivers are going to be thinking, do they box for whatever set of brand new tyres they've got left so they can really rinse them? Leroy's got to be thinking, does he have a set of softs that he can box for? Is it worth it? This is the question. Is it worth it? Is he going to have long enough to make them count? This safety car then is making things really, really interesting.
It's a similar call for Blocky as well. This is not a nice call for Blocky right now because he would ideally like to come in, get rid of this wing damage, but where's he going to come
Wow,
from? That's the question.
This is it. You know, what's going to happen? How long are you streaming for? Certainly until the race end. We'll be having a little post-race chat as well.
So, if you in the helmet of Mr. Leroy, what do you do here?
I am staying on hards. I would stay on hards because I think, I think because also as well, it's safety car at the minute, but there's a lot of distance between cars. So it's going to take a little while for everybody to bunch up and catch up with the safety car. So with that in mind, you know what I mean? I think it's going to be lap 26 that it comes in anyway.
If this crash happens maybe one lap later, I don't think the safety car even comes out.
Well, this is it.
This is literally the last possible moment for it to come out.
Pulsation clipped the wall of the double right-hander and slammed into the wall. Damn. Another race. No, this is the only league race we are doing tonight, and watching and commentating. Leroy has caught up with the safety car. Moss as well. Now, Moss has got to be...
Rocky has rolled the dice here.
Has he? I think he needed to. With the wing damage as well, I think he needed to.
Yep.
He's on to mediums.
So
He'll come out.
Brand new front wing, brand new mediums. Adam Hansen in a good position. He's going to be
very
on
true.
Young soft.
Very true. Sinister comes out. No, sorry.
Shout at the podium. Ryan softs are only 4 laps old. They're 3 laps younger than Mellows.
Goodness gracious, this has had it all. We have been thoroughly spoiled with the first race of the season. A phenomenal qualifying with some mad results.
Why have we been wasting 5 or 6 seasons driving in these?
When we could just... I know, man. Unbelievable.
It's incredible.
Leroy effed by safety cars again.
Well,
yeah, mate, it happens, eh?
The fat lady sings,
exactly, and I'm not singing yet.
There's still a lot, depending on when this safety car comes in, there still could be a lot that happens.
So I think there is something written into the game that it comes in with 2 laps to go. I don't know race finishes under safety car. And so it has to peel in. I believe it will be next lap. Now, people are obviously going to have to be sensible here, because any damage to front wings, any sort of like, you know, stupidity here is going to really ruin things. So, yeah, people got to be very mindful of what it is they're doing, how close they're doing, because at this late stage, yeah, you could be ruining something. So the 2 Mercedes right next to each other as well. Blocky is slowing. I think Blocky accidentally overtook Sinister. Ryan's just been given a penalty for a collision. I think.
Just seen that. Yep.
Guys, like, you're under safety car. Give it space. At worst, hit the pause menu. I mean, really. You got why? Look at this. I'm on board with Ryan at a minute. They are so close to each other, like ridiculously close to each other. That is terrible. God, look at this. It's a fucking traffic jam, guys. I got to admit, you've got to. Yeah.
Ryan and Mello both got one for that.
You've got to give yourselves. You've got to give yourselves more space here. It's getting stupid. Until the safety car comes in, you do not need to be that close to the person in front. Yeah.
If you're Sinister here, do you play the team game and let Rocky have a go at the guys in front of you?
Yes. Yes, I do. I do indeed.
I would as well.
I think you know, there's prizes and things, and you know, to get. They are the only team at the minute. With both cars looking to score good points. No other team is looking to score decent points. So
I didn't quite see what happened to Vader. I mean
he pitted again. Yeah.
It was obviously just too early to benefit from the safety car, I guess. But
safety car is in this lap now. Everyone's going to bunch up. Mind your brakes. Mind your brakes, everyone. For God's sake, give yourself the space.
Lap dash. Can Leroy?
Can he hold on?
Hold off Moss and the soft guys behind.
Can he hold on?
What can Blocky do with
the question is, DRS I don't think will be enabled at all, because it's normally 2 laps after.
Won't have DRS for the rest of the race.
There will be no DRS for the rest of the race. Now the guys are starting to bunch up a little bit.
If real life Abu Dhabi.
Oh, bloody hell, Leroy! Oh my God, that was a bit dangerous. Whoa, good job Moss was paying attention. Oh, Jesus. That was a little bit mad.
Borderline.
That was very borderline, I've got to admit. Oh my goodness me, that could have really ended in disaster there.
Luckily, I was looking at his brake trace when he did that. He hasn't. It's not a brake.
It is. No, it was just quite early. It was just quite early when he braked. Right, we are away then. So close. Look how close it is at the top.
Boss has got to run at him though.
He does. He's so close. Mello in the Haas, Ryan as well, but there's lots of time penalties knocking about. Sinister lets Blocky past. So Blocky will have an opportunity.
It's the sensible call if you're that.
I think it is.
You've got 5th and 6th. The only way you get better points really is you let Blocky have a go at the guys in front.
It is indeed. FaZe Boys with the follow. GG's. We're on board with Leroy, the current race leader at the minute. A 2-lap dash after a 3rd safety car. Leroy on used hards. Moss on two 3-lap old mediums. Oh, this could be close. He's going to have the grip through the corners, but he's not going to get DRS. Is there enough slipstream? We're going to ride on board with Moss. He's right there. My goodness me. My goodness me. Blocky, a 3-second time penalty. There's lots of penalties knocking about a little bit further down.
He got his braking point slightly wrong. He had to go really out wide.
No, did he?
Going into the back of Ryan.
Look at that, fabulous on board. He's close now. You got to be careful. Oh no, Moss! Moss has ruined it with a 3-second time penalty. It was a big cut of that corner. Oh, so unnecessary as well. All he had to do was bide his time.
Leroy, you can't switch off.
You absolutely cannot. You cannot switch off.
Make up 3 seconds in a lap.
It is tricky driving on these hards. This is not the top 3 that I was expecting. This is phenomenal. Ryan is close with Mello as well. Let's not forget that. But no DRS. Is he going to get a run? Yeah.
Does Blocky have enough time to get maybe one of the guys in front of him?
On board with Ryan then, down the final straight. Trying to get in the slipstream, but without the DRS, I just do not think that it is enough. The lateness of the safety car, I think, has saved some of these guys from being overtaken. Oh, Moss is close. He's got the penalty though. He wants to try and get past so he can maintain P2. Leroy will not let him. There's just about a 3-second gap to Mello cover. Mello a bit squiggly. That could be enough to allow Moss to maintain P2 then, even with 3 seconds of penalties. It seems like Leroy has just about done enough to hold on. Round the final corner then on the last lap. BLT Leroy, your race winner. Woo, what a race. GG's to Leroy. Moss holds on to P2. Vader, after all the penalties, sneaks through to P3. Unbelievable.